Hey folks, welcome to another end-user training video. Today we're going to give a quick introduction to gadgets. I've mentioned them a few times in other videos, but today's look at gadgets will be much more holistic. In this video, we'll cover what gadgets are, where to find them, and show how to customize which ones you see. So first of all, what are gadgets? Gadgets are essentially small, self-contained applications that make work inside OU campus easier in a specific way. They can do pretty much anything, from streamlining the editing and publishing process and giving you important site-wide information, all the way to helping you communicate with your website administrator or to navigate the interface. And that's just covering the ones built into the system. Administrators can also build custom gadgets to further extend their functionality. The possibilities are only limited by your imagination. So, now that we've very generally discussed what gadgets are, let's cover where you might encounter them inside OU campus. There are two places where you'll see gadgets in the system. The first place is where we are here, on the dashboard. The dashboard houses gadgets that are more focused for the entire site. Everything from the activity gadget, which gives an overview of recent activity for the site, to the workflow gadget, which lists all workflow items that pertain to me. I can reorder my dashboard gadgets in a way that's meaningful to me by dragging and dropping these boxes. Additionally, I can also click this Configure Dashboard link to determine which gadgets are being shown on my dashboard. As you can see, I've only got 3 being shown right now, so let's add a few more. How about the Inbox gadget and the Bookmarks gadget? Clicking Save will have these new gadgets show up on my dashboard, just like this. Now, the other place that you'll encounter gadgets in the system is the Gadgets sidebar. This area is always going to be available no matter where I am inside the system. I can open the Gadgets sidebar by clicking the plug icon in the top right. Now, here's where I'm going to see the majority of my gadgets. Some of them, like Activity and My Checked Out Content, are actually repeats of the ones we saw on the dashboard. If I want to use a gadget, I'll just click its name and it'll expand. Instructions for each gadget's use will depend on which one you're using, but it should be fairly self-explanatory. Once again, I can reorder my gadgets by dragging and dropping the names of them right here. And if I want more gadgets to appear, I can click the gear icon to have more show up. Now, notice here that I'm turning on the Snippets gadget and the Page Info gadget here in the configuration screen. But when I click Save, notice how those gadgets don't immediately appear. That's okay. There's a specific reason for this. Sidebar gadgets are what's called context-specific. This means the gadgets that I see are dependent upon where I am in the system. Certain gadgets are only meaningful when I'm viewing a specific page, for example, or when I'm inside an editor. Since I'm viewing the dashboard right now, those gadgets aren't going to be visible to me because I wouldn't be able to do anything with them. Let's go ahead and actually turn on every gadget in the sidebar so we can get a good picture of which gadgets function like this. Alright, now that they're on, let's go to the Pages List view and open a page. As soon as I open the page, notice how some more gadgets show up. Link Check, Notes, Page Analytics, Page Info, and Page Parameters will all only show up when I'm viewing a particular page. Then, let's enter the main content region of the page. Now, we'll get 4 more: Images, Quick Publish, Snippets, and YouTube. These gadgets make the editing and publishing process quicker for a page, and therefore don't serve a purpose when I don't have an editor like JustEdit open. In the future, there may be more sidebar gadgets that are released that become context-specific. If you're curious as to where in the system gadgets will be available, or any other basic pieces of information like that, be sure to check out the pages for these gadgets on the support site. That will tell you where the gadget resides, whether it's the dashboard, the sidebar, or both, and also whether it's context-specific. Now at this point, you know the basics of gadgets. If you haven't tried many of them out before, go ahead and start playing with them, reordering them in the dashboard and sidebar, and determining which ones are appearing in those areas. Stay tuned for more videos about individual gadgets coming up next.